everybody, welcome in. It's Kim with Lolly Doodle Studios. We are going to paint some watercolor strawberries today. Now this is a YouTube artist playlist collaboration with a common canvas. So that's Jeannie's palette and with Hummingbird Painter. They are our hosts today and you can check out the playlist. But let's get our paints nice sprayed wet, and we're going to start laying down some color here. I do have this all sketched out very lightly. I know it might be a little bit hard to see, but I do have the full strawberry and a half of a strawberry sketched out here. And I'm just putting down a very light wash of red. So I'm just going to fill in that whole strawberry with a light wash of red. And I'm going back in now and just dropping in hints of deeper red around the edges. And then I'm just going to use my brush with a little bit of water on it and blend those and just going to smooth them together. Now, my paper, you want a glistening wet paper, but you don't want big puddles of water. So you'll see here, I'm just going in and layering. Now my paper has not had a chance to dry, so we're just going to keep layering wet on wet with shades of red. And I will throw in here, you'll see a little bit of yellow. Because if you look at a real strawberry, it has yellow. There are some hints of green, which I'm dropping in there now. Just be careful with the green. Green and red will kind of really dull down and give you like a brownish color if you use too much. So you'll see I'm adding some purples to give some shadow, but there's really no right or wrong. We're just filling that in with those colors, leaving some of the white of the paper showing through. You can see where those layers leave a little bit of the paper coming through. So I'm going to do the same here. This is the halved strawberry. And what I love about that is the inside, it almost looks like a little heart. I mean, strawberries to me look like little hearts anyway. But I just want to let you know that if you'd like to get the tracer and paint along with me, I will leave the information below in the description box. I have a monthly template group for VIPs, which, you know, anybody can become a VIP. I will leave that information below, and you'd have access to this template, all of my other templates, my hand lettering templates and lessons. You have access to it all for one very low monthly cost. I mean, it's cheaper than buying a pizza. But you'll see here, there's my little heart. And then I'm just going to keep going back in and darkening that. Now, speaking of hearts, if you like this watercolor painting, I would love it if you would hit that like button below, that thumbs up. Maybe subscribe to the channel. Like I said, every week I release a new art tutorial. And if you do want to check out Brush and Script Society, the information is below. I show you how to use these templates for watercolor, acrylic, for your piece and play, or you can check us out at the Brush and Script and find out how you can use these to make an income. So yes, you can use them for profit. So if you join Brush and Script, you can take advantage of the small biz commercial license. But anyway, back to the watercolor. We're adding in our green leaves now, and I'm just using a muted mix of a bunch of greens that I already had mixed on my palette. I'm just adding a little bit more of a vibrant, darker green, just to give some contrast, some difference to the shading, so it's not so flat. But you can also get that with layering of just one color. But again, like the channel, subscribe, so that you can learn all of these little tips and tricks here and paint some really adorable art. Now this, not today in this video, but we will be adding to this inside of my group some hand lettering. So I'll teach hand lettering as well. So this we could use as a little card or kitchen art. Imagine you could blow this up and make prints of this, put this on a tea towel. If you're part of Brush and Script, guys, so seriously think about checking that out. There's no pressure though. The video's here for you to paint along if you feel like sketching on your own. Now the little strawberry flowers I'm going to paint next. They're already white, so I'm going to use the white of the paper and I'm going to wet the area all around. So I'm actually painting in the negative space and leaving the inside. You'll see with that little flower I just painted there, the petals are only painted on the outside, and because I wet the paper, wet on wet, the paint will travel if the paper is wet or the paint below it is wet. So that paint will travel outward, and then we'll just keep deepening that. It's almost like we're creating a shadow to make the white of the flower stand out, and you'll see we just keep going in with different colors to darken it. Now my strawberries had a chance to dry a little bit there, so we're dipping in some yellow for the seeds of the strawberry. And then while I'm in the yellow, I'm just going to go back up and drop the yellow centers inside of my little white strawberry flowers. You'll see here I'm using purple. I'm using a little bit of purple and I'm mixing it with a little bit of dark gray or black. You could use like a Payne's gray, use what you have handy. And then I'm further deepening that negative shadow around the strawberry. Now if you are interested in using the palette that I have, you can also find that in the description box below. I've put all that over there for you with links. You can go check out what my favorite supplies are. I'm not married to any one certain thing. These are a high quality student grade paint that I'm using, and I absolutely love them. But in other videos you'll see me using artist grade. We jump around and prove that you can make art just for the joy of it, and you do not have to go broke while doing it. You can do it just to have fun. So I'm just dipping in some pink and some more red, deepening that heart inside of the halved strawberry. But what you won't see on this video is that I did wet this after the whole thing was dry. I wet the inside of that whole halved strawberry and just put a very light wash of yellow on it to dull some of that white down. But here you'll see I'm just going in and putting in the leaf shapes, just some tiny little leaves that look like they're off in the distance behind the strawberries. I hope you like this, guys, and I hope you will come and check us out at Brush and Script Society. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.